And continuing from the last movie, logging is automatic, but if you switch it off, then any changes made to the index will not be logged. So if you try to rebuild something and you have to recover your database, whatever changes that were made to the index will not be basically added. You'd have to regenerate your indexes. In certain types of databases, not a big deal. Switching off logging makes the indexes a lot more efficient. For instance, in a warehouse, when you're doing ETL processing and you create the indexes for every time you recreate the table, there's no point in having logging switched on because you're not changing anything. If something breaks or you want to redo it, you're just going to rebuild the whole thing anyway. There are some other exotic properties, physical properties, which are not generally tampered with, where it kind of does get into the area of tampering. Physical properties are the way that you work with the physical structure of the index in the I/O layer, which generally have not been altered too much since about Oracle 9 and Oracle 8 many years ago. Partitioning is a way of dividing up I/O and can be very efficient for large data warehouses and sometimes for OLTP databases, and partitioning is also a very advanced tuning topic. Parallel is parallelism, where you decide that an index can have a parallel setting which will allow it to potentially automatically have anything executed against it in parallel on multiple CPUs. We also have clusters and bitmap join indexes, which are kind of sort of types of indexes, where a cluster is a copy of columns and a bitmap join index is a pre-joined join query that basically joins multiple bitmaps together to allow faster access, typically in a data warehouse, between fact and dimensional tables. But it's a little bit of an oddity because I've tried using it in a warehouse and it's not very effective. I'm sure there are circumstances where it can be useful. So now let's take a quick look at the manual. And in the master book list, we're going to go and look for, and I've clicked it already, it's already on there, that's why nothing changed on the screen. I'm going to look for the SQL language reference once again, and I'm going to do Control F and type create index. All I'm showing you is where the create index command is. It's right here, and here is the syntax, more or less what I've showed you already, except it's drawn out slightly differently. And there are various options that we probably didn't cover because they're very deep and detailed, and we don't really want to go too far in an intermediate level course. So that's the create index command and its entry in the Oracle manuals. You know where to find it. Use the manuals, they're very useful.